There they are, 5 red lights, and it's go! Jan Grankvist will lead them away, cars fanning out in the background, and Lahu drops back. He couldn't quite get side by side with Grankvist into turn 1. Mounier comes through in P3, then it's Martin and Maggio. Looks to be clean at the front. It's usually at the back where things happen though, so I'm speaking way too early. And then up through the S's we go. So important to get this right.
Whoa!
And somebody spinning.
Stevens is around.
THRs, and I think it's both of the THRs. Both THRs are dropping down the order. My goodness, what a disaster for the reigning team's champions. And here is Jarl Tyen. You can see the THRs are together. Please tell me it wasn't the THRs who kicked this off. They're still side by side. It was! They tangle wheels, and the two-time team's champions both go around and smash into the back of them. Go pretty much everyone. Around went Jokabek Alalu, and here's how Tom Stevens saw it. He's side by side with Jarl Tyen, and it just converged on the exit of the corner. There! And around he goes, and then wallop! My goodness! I think that was Dylan... Oh, it was Hygo Poom getting involved initially. There's Quint. There's Singel. He's the car just ahead. Lalu goes for a spin. And now we're going to see it on board with Mike Quint, who is still trying to get it back to the pit lane on 3 wheels. Ooh, and there it goes. He's coming into the Degner curves now. These are difficult in... Oh, and he's round and wallop. And that's his second crash of the day, but unfortunately this time it is Terminal Ed. And in the background, I think the TOP esports cars are swapping. There you go. So Shimon Frelich has been released now. Meanwhile, Mounier has caught up to Alex Laho. He'll get up the inside, and that's important because that's where you need to be for the first corner. Through he goes.
Simon Frelich well in the DRS now. Is going to try and snatch that third place away from him, and with a bit of push to pass at his aid as well, he's well up the inside into turn 1, and Frelich up to third. Marcus now we're going to see Martin breeze past Laho into 130R there. Important move there. Yeah, I think Martin made a mistake. Oh, it's into the Degners. As we see, he's just gone straight in the gravel.
Yeah, there was a mistake. You saw him dip wheels into the gravel up ahead, and that just dragged the car wide. That's what I meant earlier when the curbs caused the cars to skate. And indeed, he's lost 2 places as a result of that. We see this on board, and yeah, that's just what happens in the Degners. We've all done it so many times, whether it's in practice or in a race. And most of us have ended up in that wall on the outside there. Jan Grankvist pits from the lead. Let's take a look at that because the leader is in.
As in comes Maggio. And now it looks like Mounier, is he going to pit? Yes, he is. So it was high time he responded, and Simon Frelich shadowing him like a ghost as they go into the pit box.
Matthew Williams into the pits now, so Carlos Martin will have his turn to lead. He's got a good run out of the chicane there. That's where the softer tyres help you, because you can get the traction. There's Williams coming out of the pits ahead of them, and does get ahead, and Maggio goes sweeping past Alex Laho into turn 1.
See our top 2, Martin and Milnet coming into the lead. So Chris Shepherd is going to lead for Red Archer.
So Zolt Schukes in the S's has a big kick and a big spin. I did that in the second FS2 race actually, and it's a double triple spin. My goodness,
and then a 180.
2.5 times round, backs it into the gravel.
As now we see Matthew Williams about to easily clear Lalu on the fresh hard tyres there.
As Chris Shepherd pits, and Jan Grankvist will go back to the lead.
Schluter at least was on course to get something out of today, and oh, he just lost it so early on through Degner 1, and he's just a passenger through the gravel at that point.
And we're swapping positions here. Road to Formula have swapped positions with Tomasz Volk going ahead of Alex Laho now. Oh, and Mounier takes the lead! My goodness, well, we weren't expecting that to happen right now, but presumably Mounier dumped his push to pass, and Loic Mounier has taken the lead of the race.
Here we go. Mounier, he pulled a really good gap to Frelich just before 130R, and then had a great X7 Casio triangle, dumped his push to pass, as you say. DRS did the rest of the job, and so too did Loic Mounier.
And there's a move, and Pascal Pollins is 8th now. He passes Alex Laho.
Because now Fletcher gets himself past Alex Laho. There's Milnek, picks off Alex Laho for 10th then.
We'll have to wait and see. Chris Shepherd now on the back of Alex Laho. Laho, who continues to drop down. He was right at the pointy end earlier in the day, but those hard tyres just have not worked out for him. Shepherd goes to the inside. That's brave to hold it around the outside into turn 1. for Alex Laho, but he's made a mistake now. He has a big twitch, goes onto the grass, and Stefan Ruhl is up into 12th position.
Grankvist tucks him behind. Is he going to be close enough for a move? He is close enough. He goes up the inside of Moynier. Oh, a little bit of contact, but Grankvist is back in the lead. Sergio Fletcher is out of the race. Let's take a look at what happened. Oh, he just travelled a little bit too far over the curb at Digna 2 and wham! Into the wall and out. Stefan Ruhr has retired from 9th position. Here he is coming into the pit lane. He goes over the bump, and the HRT, it seems, will go no further. Big shame for the Dutchman.
It's Pascal Pollens back into the top 10, and Stein Hangraf is fighting. That's a big mistake from Shimon Frelich. Frelich runs wide at Spoon. He has to be careful on the rejoin. He can't rejoin into the side of Williams. They're side by side up the hill. If he can duck back into the slipstream, he might have a chance of getting back into that one. Now we're onto the start-finish straight again. Frelich will have another chance, goes to the inside. I think Williams knows he can't fend him off. And luckily for Frelich, that won't cost him a podium position in the long run. It's going to be the Degners. We're going to see a replay of it now. And he loses it, and he loops it around. That's a big slide, and he goes into the wall on the outside. That's a bit of the wall we haven't seen hit yet today. Well, we're seeing a replay of Lahoo.
Oh, very close to the curb at Degner 1, but seems okay. Whoa! Big 360-degree spin. Lahoo did well, actually, to save that one. And this is what befell poor Daniel Brewer. I think he's just going to... Is he just going to dip a wheel in the grass or just take too much speed into turn 1?
Well, it's the curb that gets him.
Maggio, by the way, who, of course, pit for fresh tyres now, easily picks off. He was catching Chris Shepherd at 7/8 tenths a lap there. And that's a very straightforward move.
This could still be a chance, you know, as they get onto the straight. And you see him now as he has the DRS open. He has the slipstream. He's getting closer. He will go for it into turn 1. Grankvist doesn't cover it off. Mooney goes through and off. Grankvist is off. He runs wide. Oh. And he rejoins just in front of Frelich, so he doesn't lose a place from that, but he will lose DRS from Mounier. And he leads the race with 1 to go. That was tight from Maggio, trying to find a way past Tomasz Vok, the 2023 winner of this race, as Frelich is trying to line up Grankvist for second, goes to the outside of the chicane on the last lap, forces Grankvist to cut the corner. They're going to come together on the last corner. And around the final turn, Loic Mounier becomes a GPVWC Super League race winner in just his 6th Grand Prix. That is amazing stuff. So the final results are Loic Mounier winning his first GPVWC Super League race in just his 6th Grand Prix. Jan Grankvist is second, losing out on the penultimate lap of the race. What is it with Jan losing the Japanese Grand Prix late on? Shimon Frelich is third, and Matthew Williams is fourth. Then it's Carlos Martin, Maciej Winnick, Tomasz Vok, Alessandro Maggio, Chris Shepherd, and Pascal Pollens, who is 10th. As we move on to the second tile, Jakub Lalu does score points in 11th position. Riot Kilk does a good job from the back of the grid to climb up to 12th position. That's quite a climb up the order. Alex Laho unfortunately dropped all the way down to 13th with that big spin at the end, but he was already in dire straits, having just not gelled with that hard tyre. Vincent Gutt, P14, also scores points for Spark. Stein Hangraf gets what I think are his first points of the season, and they definitely are, because it's Greenstride's first points of the season in 15th.